Maruti's brand new vehicle is not the eVitara, but it is in fact the Victoris. The eVitara will come later, but Victoris is a Creta rival. And Maruti says in its punchline that it's got it all. So let's see what has it got. And let's start with the important stuff, the engine. There are two engine options. The first is the 1.5 litre strong hybrid engine, and this, what we are driving, is the 1.5 litre mild hybrid engine. These engines we know already. This engine also comes with the CNG option as well. This produces 101 bhp and 139 Newton meters of torque. And it also comes with all-wheel drive. This is not the all-grip Pro version that comes in the Jimny with low range ratio, but this is the All Grip Select, which gets these drive mode selectors, which I'll talk about later, and it gets an automatic gearbox as well for the all-wheel drive option. But the most important talking points of this car are inside, starting with this, the 10.2-inch digital instrument cluster, a first for a Maruti. Finally, a decent sounding audio system in a Maruti with Infinity Harman, a surround sound system and various different modes to select from. Panoramic sunroof, ventilated seats for the front, and the Suzuki Connect app that helps you control a lot of the car's features and gets a lot of statuses. Now, because this is a brand new car, I wanted to spend a minute talking to you about its exterior design. It starts with this upright front and a pronounced bonnet to give it more road presence. On the profile, we start with these 17-inch alloys, and this particular car comes with this dual tone option. There are two other colors that also get the dual tone option. You also notice this sloping roofline, but at the same time, this car does have an upright stance. Maruti really wanted to make sure that people feel the presence of this SUV. And at the rear is probably its most recognizable design element, this full-length LED strip bar with these brake patterns in between. Now I wanted to talk to you about the rear of this car, and as you can see, the space in the knees is pretty good. I can even tuck my feet underneath and it's still a very comfortable place to be in. But the headroom is just about enough for me, and anybody taller than me might face a bit of an issue, and I'm 5'10", so anybody who's taller than 5'11" or 6 might face an issue with the headroom. Now the seats itself are extremely comfortable, they're soft and they feel like something which I can spend quite a lot of time in. Complemented by the brilliant ride of this car. The suspension is so sublime and so supple that it's been devouring all the potholes all day without a hint of a problem. And I think people riding this car would really enjoy the comfort that it offers. Now let me take you through the driving experience of the Victoris. With this 1.5 litre naturally aspirated engine which produces 101 bhp, we're not really expecting a whole lot of power. And it's true. I mean, frankly, I found it extremely underpowered. But what this car is really good at is mileage. I mean, even after all the things that we do in our tests during our shoots, this car is still giving about 15 kmpl. Sorry, it's now giving 14 kmpl. And Maruti claims it will do about 21 kmpl with the automatic gearbox and 22 kmpl, just about 22 kmpl with the manual gearbox. So that's really good on mileage. And that's what Maruti has always been very good with. Ride and mileage. These two things, they've really got it done perfectly. The drive itself is not exactly going to be an enthusiast choice. It's just going to be for somebody who's going to enjoy a comfortable drive with the steering being extremely soft, very easy to maneuver, not exactly very direct, a lot of understeer over the corners. But at the same time, it's something that you can manage because if you're traveling with family, you don't exactly require a lot of precision, but rather comfort and convenience. Coming to these drive modes, there are essentially 3 drive modes in this car: Snow, Sport and Auto. Auto is where this car will usually be, and where the car automatically detects what sort of a surface it is on. If the wheel starts slipping, it sort of gives more power to the wheel that is in the air or the one which is on the ground so that the car can keep moving. In sport mode, there is a bit more power on offer. You get a little bit more activity from the car. It doesn't really change the character of the car a lot, but just sort of gives you a sense that the car has a little bit more to offer. And when you put it in snow mode, the all-wheel drive comes into action. All four wheels are driven with up to 50% power going to the rear wheels. This is a predominantly front-wheel driven car. And at the same time, in the snow mode, there's slight more torque in the first and second gear to give it more movement when the car is slow. It's not exactly a low-range gearbox, don't mistake it for that. But at the same time, it does give the car more agency to move forward in tricky and slippery situations. The third thing that I wanted to speak about here is this lock button. When in snow mode, you can activate lock, and that is when the differential gets locked and the power stays still at 50 in the back and 50 in the front. Now that is especially to help you in further trickier situations where sometimes the wheel is in the air and you need the power to be delivered for the wheels on the ground. But I'm guessing most of its customer will simply put it on auto and leave it there for the rest of its life. Other than that, if you see the interior of this car, Maruti has given it a little bit more design, a little bit more panache, a little bit more youthfulness with the ambient color lighting, the dual tone colors here. It does look a little bit more premium than most Maruti cars. Now today we really haven't got to test the dynamism of the car, but I did find a small patch where I thought I'll take it a little faster in the corners, and I realized that this car is a master of understeer. It's not meant for any sort of dynamism. It is not tuned for that at all. It is only tuned to give a comfortable ride. And that is the purpose that it accomplishes beautifully. And I want to just spend a minute on the safety of this car. Now, this car has already scored 5-star on the Bharat NCAP rating, which is good. At the same time, it has got level 2 ADAS, which includes front collision warning, blind spot monitor, lane keep assist, and a whole lot more functions. Even though Maruti claims that they have designed the ADAS for India, I do think there's a little bit more work to be done on that front. Other than that, the one thing that I wanted to compliment finally is the amount of visibility you have all around. In the rear view mirror, from the front, from the side, the glass area is well defined in this car. And this gearbox is also accompanied by these flappy paddle style gears, which work well. They shift quickly, but they also very quickly transition back to the automatic mode. It's a bit irritating, but then it basically means that these flappy paddles are generally used to just do some quick downshifts or quick upshifts. That's all. They're not going to help you in any other thing. Now to me, this car represents a clear change of approach from Maruti, especially with the number of features that they've added into the car, primarily to appeal to the younger generation. With this car starting at Rs 10.5 lakhs, it's almost 25,000 cheaper than its cousin the Grand Vitara, and with more equipment on offer, this might just hold more value for money for the customers. And as you go up the variant ladder, the LXI, VXI, ZXI, God, these variant names were so simple. It goes all the way up to 20 lakh rupees, which is still 50,000 cheaper than its cousin the Grand Vitara, which will be sold through the Nexa outlets and this through the Arena outlets. What do you think about the Victoris? Do you think you will choose this or the Grand Vitara, and do you think this car has what it takes to dethrone the Creta? Let us know in the comments and subscribe to the evoIndia channel for more such videos.